Alright, y'all, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. Just coming back to show you, as I mentioned, I do have some AeroGarden updates, and this is my stainless steel Harvest Elite Slim, I believe is this version, that I am setting up in the kitchen. So my husband, I hope, will be happy to see that this is a much smaller, real estate, or takes up a smaller amount of space with everything. I was actually really impressed because when I initially looked at the box, I thought it was still kind of bulky, and I was like, what's the difference between this and the other one? No, I didn't look at the dimensions. No, I didn't look at the specifics. I just knew that I wanted, since our kitchen appliances are stainless steel, I wanted to put this in our kitchen. And I'm trying to get this so you can see. So it's just sunny out, so it's kind of looking dark in here. Let me try to turn on the light. Awesome, that did help. So you can see it a little bit better. So as you can see here, it says to add the water. This is the first day starting it. It is December 19th of 2020. And I am going to set up, I have two of these. One's going to go on this side of the stove. The other is going to go over by our microwave. This garden, I believe, will be like our herbs. So I'm going to set up the AeroGarden herb pack. The other slim that I got, and I got these from, sorry, I just got distracted. I was feeling something. I think it might have been the plastic moving. But I got these from Best Buy when they had them on special. So I think these were $99 each. This kit came with the cascading petunias, and the other came with, what's it called? The herb kit. So I'm going to use the herb kit that came with one, and then I'm going to use, that's not even true. One kit came with the, I think, Heirloom Salad Greens, and the other came with the cascading petunias. But what I am going to do is take an herb kit that I have from my collection and put it in this garden, and then the other garden, or basically one garden's going to be for herbs and one's going to be for salad greens. Why that took me so much to say, a little distracted, but here we are getting this set up, doing a little cleaning in the kitchen, wiping down the countertops and all that stuff after the week of activity, and making sure that these are set up. So I'm going to stop and put in my kit. But this is a random intermission, and I wanted to share because I'm actually wiping the counters and things down now. So I mentioned in another video, not sure what order they're going to post in, that I was sick with COVID. So what I am doing now, thank God my husband had been really taking care of everything and keeping everything cleaned and wiped up as best he's able with a 15-month-old running around. So I'm feeling better, wanting to wipe everything back down. This Pledge antibacterial, I love. I got this probably back in March. It was a new product that just came out. Again, this is not sponsored. This is not endorsed. I just like this. So what I did was I found it, I think the first time I saw it, I was actually at Home Depot and grabbed like 2 cans because they were kind of high at Home Depot. Then I saw it later on at Dollar General, picked up another 2-3 cans, have not seen it there since, but I am able to find it at Target. So I think last night I actually was just getting different things, getting ready for Christmas, and ordered like 4 cans of this stuff. It has a great little spray top, and this fresh citrus scent, especially now that I'm able to smell again, is amazing, and important that it kills 99.9% of bacteria. So, little intermission. Again, not sponsored, not endorsed, not even all the stores that I mentioned are just places that I really go to get it. But I wanted to share that with you because even as we're not able to find a lot of the different antibacterial cleaners, I've been able to find this Pledge. So if you haven't tried it, check it out. Alright, so this is me adding in the water, and usually when I'm doing this and my other gardens, it will eventually have that flashing light go off when the sensor, there it is, knows that there's enough water. So I've added that. I'm going to get my seed pods. So like I mentioned, this is the Heirloom Salad Green kit that came with this garden. So true to form, this was me just doing this on the fly, so I don't have my mini tripod with me, so I'm going to hold this with one hand and set it up with my other hand. But literally, if you've ever thought about the AeroGarden, wondered about it, I highly recommend it. And especially now with everything going on with lettuce, I have some lettuce that's growing outside in the garden, and I'm growing these here. So what I like to do too is to pour a little bit of water over the top of the pods, just because I believe that helps it germinate. Some people even will tell you to soak the things overnight. This is more of a mess since I'm trying to do it with one hand, but stick with me. And again, I like to do this because I think it helps the seeds germinate when you put your little domes on to help with your holding in the moisture and supporting germination. I think it gives you a little bit of a kickstart, because oftentimes in the different groups, folks will say that they have it in the water. They'll see that it's halfway exposed, and I'm going to wipe up that excess water when I'm done. But they'll see that it's not all the way moist, and they're waiting and waiting and waiting on their seeds to germinate. And I always usually have one that doesn't want to let the dome go on. So we're going to stick with it. And sometimes I've honestly, when they've not gone on like that, I may go to one of my other kits and pull off a new one. But I think with these, it's because if you look closely, the plastic or the label on this one is not perfectly aligned, so there's some excess sticking out. So I think that's the issue with that one. But all that being said, I've grown some of these before. The black-seeded Simpson has grown well for me, but I also have those seeds that I've dropped in if they didn't germinate quickly enough. Patience being a virtue. The Paris Island has grown well. In the past, my Deer Tongue and my Marvel of Four Seasons and the Roped Ivor have not grown as well. So I'm just going to keep a watch on these. In the past, I also thought too maybe it was because my kits were a little bit older, but we'll see. So those are in there. Added in the water, dropped in the seed pod, and now I need to open this little compartment and add in some plant food. Alrighty, so this is the plant food that came with the AeroGarden. I'm going to shake it up, just because with all fertilizers, there's always the opportunity for the nutrients and things to separate and settle. That to me happens regardless of whether or not it is a synthetic or man-made fertilizer, or be it or an organic one. Sometimes I think the organic ones separate even more. So shaking that up, and I'm going to put 2 capfuls in this garden, because this is a 6 garden, and the bottle does give you directions that if it's 2 and 3 you only do 1, if it's 6 and 7 you do 2 capfuls, and for 9 or more the directions are there. And I wanted to point out too that you can use this with your houseplants. So I use this in my houseplants as directed, half a cap full for a gallon of water for weekly watering. And that may also help with some of my houseplants, or maybe the difference that I'm seeing in a lot of them. But because if you're a person who ends up with multiple AeroGardens like myself, you end up having this around, and it's a good plant food to use. So just so you know, you don't have to just use it in your AeroGarden. You can use it for your houseplants and your outdoor plants. So just wanted to let you see, this is the second capful that I'm going to be putting in. And it goes like that. And then I come back and pop this lid back on. So then I'm going to come down here and set my time. And it is 1:30 Central Time. So let's see. Alright, y'all. I had to put this phone down to do this. So in order to get the menu to come up, you press and hold your little leaf button. And clearly I have now set the clock for the wrong time. But I'll hopefully be able to show you while I do it now. Okay, the lights have to be on. You press and hold this button and your menu will come up, prayerfully at some point. Here we go. So you use this button to select. Maybe I'm pushing my buttons too fast. Set the clock. So as I said, it's after 1 here in New Orleans. So let's do. Okay, I've been pushing these buttons too fast. I'm pushing them like old school, and apparently this doesn't want to do that. So let's make it. Okay. Now my clock is set. I need to also set my garden. Come on, baby. I'm liking these buttons so far. Am I pushing too hard? No, it seems like I'm not pushing hard enough. Okay, I didn't access the menu yet. Start a garden. Start a garden in 2 easy steps. Okay, I already set the clock. Going to leave it at that. Press this button to continue. And my plant type. Veggies, salads, herbs. So since I've already said that I will be doing salads, and we've already put the salad pots in, we're going to go with salads and select, and it's set. And that little trickling you hear in the background is the garden doing its little water circulation that it does. Nutrients are set, pods are set, and this is day 1. So this is kind of cool. You all have started this garden with me. Thank you for bearing with my transitional changes here. And now I'll be able to give you updates on these salad greens as they grow. So once again, this is Fix It with Fran, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun, showing you the startup of my AeroGarden with a little intro there to another product that I use to keep our spaces sanitized and cleaned. I hope they were helpful. If you have questions or if you are starting your own AeroGarden, especially after the Christmas holiday, I can imagine a lot of folks will be checking it out and trying to figure out how to get started. Please do feel free to ask any questions. I'll share my knowledge with you as best as I can. And if not, just share your journey. I'd love to connect with some other folks on here who are AeroGardening at home. I've been doing this since about 2018, I believe, is when I got my first garden. I have to look back to make sure. But again, if there's anything I can help you with or tips you want to share with me, please, please, please do leave it in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate it. Look forward to connecting with you. And as I always say, I do believe God has given us all gifts and talents that can fix some problem that exists in the world. And while we may not be able to fix everything, I do believe that we can all fix something. So until next time, I pray that you would seek God, seek His face, really tune in and hone in on the gifts that He has given you and find that thing that you're able to fix and fix it. Thanks for watching.